So in this video, I'm going to show you, if you like, the beginner's AutoCAD on how you go about cleaning and preparing your DWG file. Now, first thing we should do is if you go into layer properties, if you click on that, and what you can do is you can actually see which layers are hidden. So what you want to do is actually unhide all those layers there. And by my clicking on the heading, you can see which ones are actually hidden or not. So there's a few layers there. So I'm going to click with my mouse and then hold the shift key and click that layer as well. And then I'm going to click on those lights to actually turn them all on. So now all my layers are visible there. Now you'll notice as well on the bottom of the screen, I've got these notes here, right, which aren't really useful for me to do my set out. So what I can do is if I left click with my mouse and then click again, I've actually selected all those notes, and I'm just going to hit the delete key. So now if I double click on my mouse wheel, the whole image zooms up to the full screen. And this is what you want. You want the image as big as possible so that on the tablet it looks a lot easier. Now, a few things you can do here. How I started off by is I actually start freezing the layers that I'm not interested in or I don't need. And in this particular drawing, I'm only interested in the internal walls because that's what I need to set out. So I'm going to click on this button here. If I hold my mouse there, it says freeze the layers of the selected objects. So I'm going to click on that, and now I'm going to start clicking on objects that I don't need. So I can click on that. That makes that disappear. Okay, all these dimensions as well. If I click on the dimensions, they disappear as well because I really don't need them when I'm doing my my set out. And it's a good idea to actually save as you go along, just so you don't lose any of the work that you've done. Click on that, and don't need that. So I can go along and I can just start freezing layers that I don't need. Okay, these things here, they can go. The names of the rooms, I don't really need them, so they can go as well. And again, just save as you go along. Click on the freeze button. And these doors as well, don't need them, don't need that. These doors can go as well. And you can see that the drawing is starting to clean up now. It looks a lot easier than what it did before. So I'm going to get rid of that. And you see how when I move my mouse there, you see a few things light up there. Okay, now what that is, if I move my mouse over it again, you'll see it'll come up as a block reference. Now, block references, we don't like them, or the tablet doesn't like them, because it doesn't recognize it as an individual element like a line or a circle or a curve. So we want to basically is to burst that or explode the blocks. So if I select the whole drawing and then just type in burst, okay, and okay, so it's burst some blocks, which is great. And sometimes if burst doesn't work, then you can try the explode command. Okay, so now you'll see that when I move my mouse on it, I don't end up with those all those elements being highlighted in one hit. So now I can continue selecting the objects and deleting what I'm not interested in, or freezing the layers, I should say. So I can get rid of that. I can get rid of these outer columns as well. Click on that. Okay, save as we go along. Okay, hit the escape key, and you see that there's this sort of hatching down the bottom here. I can click and drag that and hit delete. And another little tip as well is if I want to select an object, if I left click and then move to the right and then click again, basically whatever's in that box or that container that's wholly within that container gets selected. So if I do that, because that whole circle is not in that container, it doesn't get selected. But if I left click and then move to my left, as long as my container that I've drawn just touches one of the elements, it'll select everything or all that element. Okay, which can be a great little tip when you're doing your clean out. Okay, so let's have a look what else we can clean. Doesn't seem too bad. I might want to get rid of some of these doorways as well. All these doors, I should say. Okay, this furniture as well. Don't really need that in the room. Okay, that information there, that can go. It's not relevant for me if I'm doing wall sit out. That can go. These little toilet cubicles. Again, I don't really need that. I can get rid of that. So all I'm doing now is I'm just basically freezing the layers. Okay. Okay, and this now is now looking a lot cleaner than what it was before. Okay, and once you've done all that, the last step that I do is I'll select the whole drawing, Control C to copy, and then I'll open up a new tab. Right click, go to clipboard, and it's very important here that you go to paste to original coordinates. Okay, and if I double click on my mouse wheel, okay, you'll see that there's now the cleanup drawing that I've got now with just the internal walls that are relevant for me. And then the last step that I'll do here is I'll actually save the drawing as well. And I'm going to call it clean, so I know it's the clean version of the drawing. That's it. Hope you found it useful.